Hey everybody, this is Jeff, and this is All Keys Pro. I am excited to be coming at you with a new series, the first of which will be this week and the following weeks. We'll bring the two others. I may take Thanksgiving week off. So yeah, there's that. We all deserve to have Thanksgiving, right? So I'm really looking forward to this series because it's really interesting to me, and I'm hoping that in that way it'll be interesting to you as well. I have, in the last couple of weeks, created 3 different tracks, count them 3, in 3 completely unique ways. The first one was done completely out of the box, and the tracks were created with only the clock from the Roland drum machine, Roland TR-8S. It was triggering the sequence to some of my synthesizers, and that's how I created the track. So there was no external sequencer, there was no DAW, there was no nothing like that. And I found this to be an interesting way to work, and I think that it actually, I think I got some results which I may not have gotten if I'd have worked more in the box or worked more like creating melodic parts with the sequencer. So it was interesting to me, and not surprising that because of that workflow, I created a bit of a techno track. I'm sort of trying to create a new idiom, a new musical category of TechBop. Yeah, so there's really not much bebop in this track, but there is 3 or 4 times there is a nod to my jazz background. So I did create these tracks, as I said, out of the box, and then I imported them into Logic Pro and started shuffling stuff around and started listening to what I had. Things always sound different when you get them in the DAW, I think. I don't know what that is. Changes the character of it a little bit. It does. So I was playing with that, and I pretty quickly found myself reaching for some effects, some delays and some reverbs and some compression and even some VSTs. And my plan was to not do that. But when I got when I started moving into making music out of these raw tracks, my ear was just drawn in some places that I didn't want to deny. I didn't want to just say, okay, I'm doing this track a certain way, so I have to sort of ignore what my musical ear, what my inner musical ear is telling me, and what I'm sort of desiring for the music to come out as. So what I'm going to do today is show you the 4 different sounds which were the basis of me sort of creating this track. The first one is obviously the loop that I created in TR-8S. That became the master clock for the other synths, for the other little internal sequences. I used an Iridium, and that was on its actually own internal clock, which was interesting. And I had to trigger it on the fly in time, but it locked up fine. If I played it correctly, it locked up just fine. I used my grandmother, the Moog grandmother, for the bass sound, the very busy bass sound, and it's got lots of modulation from LFOs and clocked LFOs and stuff like that. And it came out really well, I think. I liked it. And then this really sort of otherworldly sound from the Matriarch, which is kind of like a kind of a creepy pad with lots of modulation. I'm even using some LFOs and some effects from my Eurorack. So that was interesting and fun to do. So I'm going to play you each one of these one at a time, and I'll talk a little bit about it and let you hear each individual sound. So here's the bass sound from the Moog grandmother. Lives up here. Clock is being triggered by the TR-8S. Yeah. And here's this sort of ghostly pad sound from the matriarch. And here's this quick, busy, sequency sound that I'm using the Waldorf Iridium for. All right, and lastly, the drum loop from the Roland TR-8S. So the downside of using hardware is if you forget to save, it's gone. And I forgot to save this pattern and these sounds before I powered off last night on my Roland. So this is not actually as cool of a sound as the one that I ended up using, but it'll give you an idea. Here it comes. Yeah, that's too bad. I'd actually really worked hard with the delay on the hi-hat to get it not to just go but and what else did I do? Oh, this little sound. I had automated something like this. There was a lot of little details that went into making this drum loop, and I actually was pretty pleased with the way it came out. So those are the four main sounds which I loaded into my DAW, and with the help of some software, it ended up sounding like this. Check it out. So as I said, I took those four sounds, put them in Logic, and started using my composer arranger skills, my composer brain, to try to make these raw tracks into a song, into a piece of music that pleased me. And I think that's always has to be our goal, right? To please ourselves with these things. If we're trying to please other people, we always fail. The only person we can really please with this kind of work is ourselves. So I was happy with the way this came out. I hope you guys enjoy it. And next week, I'll be coming at you with another track made a completely different way. Actually, it won't be next week. It'll be the week after Thanksgiving. This year is just flying by, isn't it? Well, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Helps me keep this channel growing and alive and moving forward, which certainly makes me happy, and hopefully gives you guys some info and have a little fun at the same time. So like and subscribe. Peace out. I'll see you soon.